the. Let me just go ahead and just tell you to be advised. I just very well may use some colorful words. Not a lot, maybe one that you may not typically hear me say. But it's just to emphasize a point and get something across. And because it's something that's really, really, really on my mind. And I believe for the brothers and sisters, I have to be able to speak to you all to share with you some things that could possibly, harm our community. And, I'm real serious about us being taken care of and, in all ways. So let me go ahead and jump right into it. I want to talk about rape and pop culture. Okay, rape and pop culture. Now, right about now, in this day and age that we live in, with sexual assault, sexual harassment, and rape, no matter the statute of limitations, seem like they're just totally being erased. Period. And I can't totally say that because, obviously, it seems like the statute of limitations aren't reaching all the way back to slavery. That's another conversation for another day. But yet, still, it's applicable to this conversation. It really is. It's amazing to me that we're going to go back 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and we're going to fight to persecute individuals, especially it seems like after they, that they pushed to get Bill Cosby. But, we're not going to continue to push back all the way to slavery, where it's highly documented and known that that's where the most heinous atrocities took place of a people. If you want to talk about a people being raped, and now once again, this broadcast here is this may be sensitive in nature for most. So I'm just letting you know now, if you can't take, or if it's sensitive to you to talk about rape, which I truly understand, I will highly advise you to not listen to this until one day that you can. Because, and the reason why I say one day that you can, there's a lot of ugly histories that we have as a people, as a nation. But nevertheless, at some point, they need to be addressed for us to be able to get some clarity and for us to move forward. And that is a truth. I don't care if it's something that you're dealing with your health, if you're dealing with your finances, if you're dealing with your family, whatever it may be. There's something ugly about, that can take place in those situations. But the only way it's ever going to get fixed is addressing it. Everyone's not built the same. Everybody can't withstand talking about certain things at a certain point. So once again, I'm just letting you know, if you can't take it, please don't listen. Listen at a later time when you can. With that being said, let me just jump right into it. Now, you have a lot of, I just always say pop culture because, look, if you're famous in any kind of way, like seriously famous, like Hollywood famous, TV famous, maybe even radio famous, media famous, social media, I can kind of, maybe, depends. But, for those people that's in Hollywood, TV, radio, for those who have social media platforms, these are the people that I'm talking about. And a lot of times, these people are highly separated from everyday people. They're far removed. A lot of them live in bubbles. And it's dangerous a lot of times when some of them speak. And I know, brothers and sisters, we like to, how can I put it? We like to listen to what we feel successful people have to say because they have a certain amount of notoriety, or they make a certain amount of money, or they're famous in a certain kind of way. A lot of people give attention and give ear to these people. And what I'm saying is we got to be careful about how much we listen and how much we take from these individuals. Because a lot of these people, once again, they're far removed and they just blurt things out. And the one thing about popular people, and they even tell you, all press is good press. Nothing's ever bad for them. Nothing's ever in a situation where they can go to drug rehab. They can be caught up in, in a prostitution ring, or these people, they can do some of anything, abuse drugs, and they can do some of anything, but yet somehow, some way, with their PR people, with their people in their corner, they spin the story, and they continue making movie after movie, song after song. They play sport after sport, and next thing you know, they're the media darlings, and they're back in your homes telling you what you should do and telling you what you shouldn't do. Now, what I'm getting at is this, and I'm not big in calling names. I'm not big into that, because one thing I do my best not to do, I try not to bash anybody, because that's not what it's about. I address issues more so addressing people. Now when we need to be specific, there's times to be specific, and I'm not going to shy away from that. And I'm not scared in any shape, way, form, or fashion, because 9 times out of 10, the situation that I'm talking about, and even if I did mention the person's name, I'm probably not going to ever meet them. Most of these entertainers. So that's neither here nor there, but I will address the issue. And the issue is this. There was I call it an entertainer, TV personality, media personality, possibly, made a comment talking about rape and talking about men and women. Now, this is what I saw. And once again, I think that whenever you speak about a situation as serious as this one, you be clear and concise and thorough as you very well can. I believe that you need to speak holistically in the best way that you can. Because if you don't, you're doing damage more than what you know. And if that's the case, you shouldn't be talking about it. Now, with that being said, this individual chose to be graphic and describe a situation where they're talking about rape as far as a boy and a girl. And I will put it like this. And, I'm not going word for word, but it was pretty much put out here like this. So if a woman chooses to go over to a man's house and she knows that they're going to have sex and she wants to have sex, but when she gets over to the man's house and if they engage into the sexual act, but while in that moment she decides that she doesn't want to do it anymore and she says, no, hey, get off me, whatever the case may be, then the male or the man is looking at her like, yeah, I ain't trying to hear that. And in her words, in the graphic nature in which she puts it, he just goes in and continues to go and get his pumps in. Like, he just gonna keep stroking no matter what she says. This is how she's putting it. So I'm listening and I'm like, okay, I understand that. I get it. That all day, every day is wrong. I get it. If the female says no, no is no. Absolutely. I totally side with the opinion and the aspect and the direction and the mindset of the female. Look, if I don't want to have sex anymore, get off me. This is over with. The man should stop and it's over with. It's done. Absolutely. Totally agree. Now, y'all might be thinking, well, then what is your beef then? Then what's your issue? What are you so alarmed for? Why are you going live? Why are you speaking on this? Well, I'll tell you. The problem with that situation is, once again, it's not holistic. It's not holistic whatsoever. It is not covering the gambit of situations that can happen in a rape situation with all parties involved. And you might say to yourself, well, what all parties are you talking about? Well, rape just doesn't occur for a male and a female. See, this is the part where we don't want to talk about, because what happens is pop culture and people in pop culture, they take things and just use them as catchphrases and buzzwords and things to catch itching ears and just want to catch people's attention. The problem with that is this. It's not thorough. It's damaging. Rape can occur with female to female, male to male. Do we understand? See, so if we're going to talk about these things, now here's the deal. I understand some of you may say, well, look here. she's speaking from a female perspective. And the percentages and the statistics of individuals that get raped are 9 times out of 10 women, the large percentage. And you're not going to say, you know what? I got that. I got it. Here's my rebuttal to that, though. Usually whenever someone's speaking on unless it's just exclusive to a certain gender, if it's just exclusive to a female, or if it's just exclusive to a male, then I can understand trying to champion the issue, trying to stand up front and speak out about an issue that is exclusive to only that gender. I get it. Got that part. But when it's not exclusive only to just a gender and it crosses all barriers, guess what? It deserves to be spoken upon. The same thing if it's a rape from an adult to a child, an adult man to adult young male, or adult man to a young female, or an adult female to a young male. And we know this to be true. Many of people have had situations where they have been raped either at older ages or younger ages, or and a lot of times some people have been assaulted and raped by someone older than them, be it male and female. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying this. I understand when passion comes in and hurt comes in and emotion comes in. Because guess what? This happened to me, or it happens to someone I know, and I don't like it. As a matter of fact, I hate it. And they just very well may say, I hate the person who did it, or people who agree with that. And you know what? I understand that. But when we go so far as this woman did, this pop culture, this woman that's in pop culture, when we go as far as what she's doing, painting a picture of saying, oh, a male is just going to go, if he just gets his strokes in and on a woman after a woman said no, and you just leave it at that, that's damaging. Then to the compounded situation is when this female, she said, you know what? Oh, a nigga just going to get his strokes in. And I'm sitting here looking like, are we serious right about now? So, and if anybody understand, the certain verbiage and colloquialisms that's, prominent in the urban community, we'll understand that the word nigga is usually utilized in the urban community amongst black folk. Let's just keep it 100. And this certain individual, I don't know what her race may be. She might be biracial. I don't know. She may be black. I don't know. But in either event, felt so comfortable just to use the word nigga. So I know that this individual is on a show with predominantly black people. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the pass to be able to, where she felt like, I'm going to bring up this topic and I'm going to put the word nigga up in it. My thing is this. For a topic as sensitive as this, for a topic that is as broad as this, that reaches across all borders, male, female, homosexual, heterosexual, whatever the case may be, young, old, whatever. I think it was just highly irresponsible to just only speak on one aspect. Highly irresponsible. Then to only speak as if men are conducting such heinous acts and women are the victims and just crying out no, and then want to throw the word nigga included in that. Highly irresponsible. These are the dangers in listening to actors and athletes, radio personalities and TV personalities, you name it. This is the danger, because they're so emotional. They're so quick to know that they have a platform. They're so quick to understand that they got followers, that, that they got the faithful following. And usually whatever they say out of their mouth, their faithful are going to just run with it. That's dangerous. I just saw it to be, I saw that to be highly irresponsible, highly insensitive, extremely. And I was like, I guess I have to speak on this because it's one-sided, it's over-emotional, it's biased, it's not well thought out, it's not well planned. Or if it is a plan, that's problematic in and of itself. No one should have, that should not, it wouldn't put it past me that would be a plan. Go ahead and put a black eye or put a target or put the red dot on black men, on young black males, because I want to stand up for a movement. I want to champion a movement. This is where I feel good at. This is my comfort zone. This is where I'm loved at. So I'm going to speak like this. I'm going to throw out this rhetoric. I'm going to throw out these buzzwords. When I heard her talk, I was like, is she Trump or what? Is she the right wing or what? Is she is this white supremacy or what? Like, my God, you sound like them. This is ridiculous. Then young people have to listen to her and, and God forbid their amen corner for that kind of folly. It was one of the worst things I think I've heard any entertainer say. Real talk. And let me be clear. It's not the fact that you're standing against rape and rape culture. That's not my issue with her. That's not my issue. I'm against rape too. I'm a man with 3 daughters. And I've already made it clear. It's going to be a problem if anybody ever thought about dealing with my daughters in any kind of way that wasn't on levels of respect. It's going to be a problem. I'm going all out. Full tilt, full throttle, 100, no holds barred. And that's not just hyperbole. I mean that with every fiber of my being. I'm going in. And not a devil in hell is going to be able to stop me. But with that being said, I'm knowledgeable enough to know and understand that sexual harassment, sexual assault, rape happens to everyone. So if you're going to champion this issue, make sure that you cover it across the board. Then what was even more so insulting and damaging is that we had an activist, in respect to this activist, for real talk, but I can't respect things that, look, the same way that this activist I know would take a stand and call people out is the same way that me as an activist, I gotta stand. Me as a black man, I gotta stand. Me as a minister, I gotta stand. Okay? Me as a truth teller, I gotta stand and speak out against things that are not right. So this activist goes on and co-signs on social media, like it forwards the message that this pop culture female stated about rape and niggas, and co-signed it with the comment of facts. I was like, what? But it was this same activist who sat there, I sat there and listened to her say, don't speak against those in the movement. If people are doing things in the movement, don't speak against it. Nah, man. You don't get no pass. You don't get no pass on this one. And you know what? You can hate me. If you really listen to me clearly. And I'm open to having a conversation. If people put 2 and 2 together and they like, hey, look, we got some words for you. Look, I'm more than happy. We can sit and we can talk and we can have an intelligent dialogue. Because I'm positive that once I lay it out on the table, not trying to make some serious point, but to just state facts, no pun intended, but to state facts and sit there and say, hey, guess what? This is the holistic viewpoint on this subject. I'm pretty sure we can come to, a reasonable understanding. That's how confident I am. I just think the individual, that female that spoke, that actress, when she spoke, she's ill-informed, she's insensitive, and she was just out of touch. But you know what? You got to have some people around you to be able to say, hey, look, let's look at it from this viewpoint. Let's look at it like this. Add this to what you're saying. Before you step out on a limb like that, understand is there any damage that you could be doing? Because here's the facts. There's young people, and I know especially in the spiritual community and a lot of our parents out there, we don't want to believe it. But there's young people out there that's probably engaging in sexual activity, sexual relationships. Okay? Dare I say 16? Maybe even younger. I know, but we ain't gonna go there. 17, 18. Guess what? Then you start getting the legal ages, 19. Right? And you got a young female, based off what this female actress stated, you got a young female that can possibly now take that information that actress gave and have that in her mind and be confused. Yeah, and I'm saying it. Could possibly be confused and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try some things. I really don't know what I'm getting into. I am so not sure about what I'm doing, but I know I got a fail safe that I'm just going to say stop and rate. So with all that being set up, because it was, look, let's call it what it is. It's wrong from giddy up. So if a female is that unsure, if a male is that unsure, if a homosexual is that unsure, if a heterosexual is that unsure, come on now. If a young person thinking that they want to have sex with an older adult, come on, can we talk about this? And that young person is so totally unsure about what they're doing, it's wrong from giddy up. Look, young person who is so unsure, if you want to have a sex with this 30-year-old, you need to go back home. How about let's not even get yourself put in that situation. Go home. See, so in my opinion, we need to start having conversations like that. It does not in any shape, way, form, or fashion excuse a rapist or a pedophile. None whatsoever. They don't make jails or build them deep enough to put those kind of individuals in. Real talk. They are disgusting. They are despicable. I get it. I get it better than most. Trust me. But one thing that I will not stand for is for pop culture individuals throwing out little buzzwords, using the topic of rape as some kind of vehicle to be able to just let their voice be heard because they know people listen to them. And they're highly uninformed, and they're highly, I may even dare say, ignorant. Because ignorant is just not knowing. You don't know. You don't know all the facts. The one little thing that's so passionate to you, you take that one thing and then you try to expand it and say, well, you know what? This is just what it is, bottom line. And not understanding the damage that you're doing to the people. So look here, brothers and sisters. I want us to think. Let's be critical thinkers. Let's be holistic thinkers. Think about it all. Rape does not just concern only a female. It just doesn't. There's grown men who've lived through an experience that can tell you different. Come on now. Because the reason why I'm not buying that rape is just an exclusive topic that only can be talked about from a female perspective is this. Because everybody who wants to champion a issue as it pertains to rape, they never have an issue with tackling other issues and making it, universal across the board. So when we want to talk about voting, it's universal across the board. Everybody can vote. It's universal across the board. We want to talk about all the problems with voting, all the systems in place that keep you from voting, all the tricks and schemes to mess up the voting process. It's universal and across the board then. So we want to talk about prison reform, then all of a sudden, prison reform is a universal topic. Across the board. But all of a sudden, just because a female can speak about rape, especially when you champion other situations and you make them universal, I truly believe that it's highly irresponsible of that same female to only speak in a one-sided manner because your emotions get the best of you. Here's the deal. I believe, I'm going to put myself out there. I believe that these individuals that I'm talking about, I believe they're highly intelligent. I believe they know better. I believe they would agree with me. I really do. I believe they're emotional because it's a trauma issue. It hurts to talk and to know and to experience something as despicable as rape. It hurts. It's painful. And that kind of pain, real talk, as far as I'm concerned, only God can remove that kind of pain. That's real talk. Only God can remove that kind of pain. So this is why I'm hopeful. And I believe that if those individuals could talk to someone like me, that they would think differently. Because I understand, or they would approach things differently. Or their speech would be more clear, and it would be more direct, and it would cover everything as it pertains to rape culture. And guess what? A lot of us can be free. A lot of us can come into the fight. Because let me say this, and this just came to me, because I think that's part of the problem, one of the problems when we talk about rape and rape culture. I believe that men are isolated from the conversation. Because there's men out there who can attest and who can and give a testimony to them suffering the same abuse of rape. I will put some money on that. So I believe if we include everyone, because what's happening is that these females are being met with resistance in men who are saying, various things, whatever. I mean, something to the effect of, but she knew what she was getting into, that's not right for the female to do that. So there's being resistance being met from men of a certain type of thinking, and guess what? The connection isn't being made. We're fighting individuals who probably They need to be wheeled in. They need to be educated. And if they are too far gone, only God can help them. Because you know what? They deserve to get whatever comes to them. If they want to be stuck on some rape type stuff, some rape-ish, you know what? Whatever come their way, they deserve to get it. And only God gonna spare you. I hope I'm making myself abundantly clear. From beginning to end, there's no way I'm not condoning rape whatsoever. Period. But what I am trying to do, or what I am doing, is making sure that this conversation is universal. Making sure that everyone is included. And because I believe when we include everybody versus taking these hard stances and drawing a line in the sand from gender to gender, I believe we can make more traction and we can fight this together versus being separate on the issue that universally we all know is rape is wrong. Other than the people that are freaking out of their mind and deserve whatever damnation God is going to put upon them, other than those people. But people in their right mind, even if they are a little wayward, but they got to be brought around. Because let's not forget, let's not act as if the misogynistic aspects of hip hop from the 90s and so on has not aided in some of the thinking, the thought processes of some of these men. I know, it's tight, but it's right. No one's excluded. Cut it out. We not doing that. That's a lot of reason why we can't get nowhere. Because we don't want nobody talking about our favorite entertainer. I'm so glad they found some kind of higher power or deity in their life all of a sudden. But I hope to God that they made some peace with the women that they ran through, or the men that they ran through, or these borderline teenagers they done ran through. Come on, can we speak on it? Hey, no one gets a pass. If we gonna get through this, if we gonna defeat rape and the rapers, if we gonna defeat them, we gotta keep it 100. Nobody get a pass. Your BFF don't get a pass. The cat you cutting the demo with don't get a pass. The label that's about to break you off and give you your advance don't get a pass. Stop it. This pilot that you getting ready to air and you with your co-stars don't get a pass. Stop it. I know. It's tight, but it's right. Hey, look. It's your brother SPEAKROC, brothers and sisters. I came to y'all because I love you. Somebody got to speak on it. Hey, I'm just a brother from Detroit. What do I know? Hey, I'm just doing my best to make sure that I show y'all love and I keep y'all enlightened. Hey, I love you. Weak, but had some on my mind that I really want to share with you all.